Hello, flat earth researchers, debaters and debunkers. Just lighting up one of these. Beautiful, oh, they smell lovely when they're burning. It's a kind of honeysuckle type flower and incense. Beautiful, like a beautiful kind of summer day aroma. Kind of sets the mood. So, yeah, there we go. Put it on my makeshift table. Things are going. Got some tea and coffee. Anyway, spot of rain. I kind of felt compelled to do this one after watching Rain Greifen lament on the shape and the personalities and the discord, the things he doesn't agree with in the flat earth movement, as it were. Anyway, I know you'll be in and out, Rain, that's just the way you are, always analysing what's going on. Yeah, seems to be, there's a few people I've been following who seem to be kind of now feeling at a bit of a loss. Where next? Kind of like that feeling you have before flat earth comes along, and then you, wow, something to sink your teeth into, and it's what a ride it is. But then I can see people saying what's next, or maybe considering it a movement and having their own expectations about how certain people should be, or what they should be talking about, how they should be talking about it, how they should be presenting themselves. But you see, it's not a movement, it's not a cult or a club to join. What it is, I'm just speaking from personal experience, but this is how I think I saw it early on, but as a process to go through, a puzzle to work through and come out the other side with some newly acquired knowledge, which is certainly the case when you start looking into the way the stars, the sun, the earth and the moon are all supposed to move. You know, there is a huge learning curve both on the scientific and the esoteric. It just depends, but it's a stepping stone, isn't it? It's a stepping stone that some people will step onto and spend a while there, maybe directing others. That's kind of how I feel my job is, in a way, after I kind of do that anyway. That's my job, whether it's simplifying things for other people, for written content or what have you. That's what I do as an editor, and it's got to get things down to the bare bones, trim things down. So that's what I do. I enjoy doing it. So I enjoy going through the thinking process and then working out the best way to get that across to other people. It's just what I personally enjoy doing, or what I've discovered I'd like to do with the newly acquired flat earth knowledge. The thing is, though, everyone is on an individual path, and to me, going through flat earth, as well as any other kind of similar enlightenment that may come about from any angle or any situation in anybody's life at any moment, it doesn't have to be flat earth that wakes people up to the fact that we're living there's a reality and there's a fake reality. again, that comes down to the science of the mind, the Buddhism of the mind, the ego, helping you understand the connection and how to disconnect. So, we've all got people that we might like to listen to or learn things from in the flat earth neighborhood. And some people come from some very bizarre angles, but they've got their reasons, and it's you might not agree with it, you might wholeheartedly disagree, but they have a reason and they have a perspective. And surely one of the first things we learn about with the flat earth is the issue of perspective and individual perspective, how myself and someone else watching, two people watching a sunset, will see different perspectives of that sunset. So surely flat earth, if you're going to call it a movement, is about celebrating the individualism in what I like to see as open source science in action. Finally, the general public is getting scientific and wanting proofs for themselves, instead of relying on the authorities and certain institutions to provide us with the facts. That's surely a step in the right direction. And of course, again, everyone will have their own speciality. So regardless of who that person is, and whether they're liked or disliked, or have certain tendencies that might put people off them, everyone that's thinking flat earth is coming up with something that can be contributed to the general open source pool. So there's no need for the arguments. It's the flat earth is a maze, it's a labyrinth, it's a puzzle to work out. You go through it, you make up your mind whether you're going to do anything with that knowledge. But surely it's a path towards more enlightenment. About the whole idea is that you have the ability, once you have gone through flat earth and reached a final satisfying conclusion about it and your place in it, then peace should follow, not agitation or dislike or opinionation about what someone or something or some groups of people might be doing to any perceived movement. Yeah, because, well, okay, everyone's got their thing that they do. So that's why I mentioned that I like to try and simplify the process and try and put down in imagery the process that's gone in through my head, and hope that that can make sense to someone else. 1 in 100 maybe, all good. It feels great when someone comes back and says, "Oh, you helped me understand." That's job done, Any one of us might be here for a lifetime to do one particular job. Of course, we will influence many people, and we will be influenced by many others throughout our lifetime on a daily basis. But there might be one specific job we're here to do at a certain time and place. So really, I suppose addressing this to Rain particularly was that he seemed offended that Math Powerland was wanting to organise a trip but didn't have any solid plans yet when asked. Well, he's got his role to play. He's got a job to do in his life, regardless of the Flat Earth community or movement. He's going to do his thing. He's going to find a way to achieve that if he can. I think the business model is a kind of good idea because he's thought of a way to avoid crowdsourcing, crowdfunding, and you know, the biggest question that people would bet on, the chicken and the egg. You know, why not? So it's a good plan. They've spent billions on space programs already and blowing people up. What's wrong with $1 billion on finding out if the world really is flat? But you don't, you know, there are maybe 100, 1,000 people that would maybe partake in this project and volunteer their time and do something and learn something and share skills and knowledge and make some kind of progress as a trial community, a nomadic community in harsh conditions. Beats trying to go to space, try and get across the ice. Why not? What an adventure, what an expedition. And if you don't want to go along, you don't want to participate, well, you can just drop in from time to time online, you know. But the point is not to be offended by what someone else is driven to do, because they have their path which doesn't follow your path, but they all branch from the same center, don't they, really, you know? So there's no need to be labeling, there's no need to be, and my point is, if you are feeling agitated, if you're feeling bad, if Flat Earth is leaving you with a negative feeling, then you haven't taken the final step, you see. You haven't yet appreciated that 1 million or 1 billion different perspectives is what life's all about. It's what consciousness is doing. You and I are having individual experiences on behalf of the collective conscious. We have to have good and bad experiences. But ultimately we must be at peace with ourselves before we can be at peace with each other. And if you are harboring a dislike or a resentment or any kind of emotion related to what someone else is doing in a subject that you also resonate with, i.e. Flat Earth, well, you didn't get it yet. Just keep going, keep searching. But I see that happening to certain people. They've reached a certain point where the realization is there, but now they don't know what to do with that. But that's an individual thing. You don't have to be part of a collective. You just do your thing as an individual, and one by one, world peace breaks out. The realization that there is a reality and a fake reality comes to those who are ready to accept it. Those who are not ready are just not ready. But they've got other roles to play in this life. You know, they're running with flat Earth, whether they become completely indulged in it or not. People can choose to skip over the skipping stone, jump over it, jump on it, stand there for a while, skirt around it, tiptoe over it, run quickly across it. But that's all it is. The flat Earth is one of the stepping stones along the middle path. And if you were not brought up in a Western culture where the whole heliocentric model is shoved down your face all the time, then it wouldn't be something you'd have to be dealing with. Yeah, but for many people, before any mental or spiritual development can move forward, this flat Earth bridge has to be crossed to free up the mind. So if by the time you've gone through flat Earth and you've wrangled through it and you've spent a load of time on it, but you're not feeling free yet, or you're still feeling negative emotions about the other people in it, whether they're trolls or other flat earthers, it doesn't matter. If you're not yet seeing the whole idea that a multitude of perspectives is okay, then you haven't got it yet. You haven't fulfilled, you haven't completed the puzzle, you haven't put the last piece in yet. And you've just got to look inside for that.